Welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about a new effort at the state capitol to reduce accidents among teen drivers. My guest is Ken Cooley, member of the State Assembly from Sacramento County. Thank you very much for being with us.
Great to be here, Steve. Thank you.
So I know you are carrying a piece of legislation that has gotten through its policy committee successfully, dealing with provisional driver's licenses, and you really want to extend them to drivers who are older than 18 now.
Correct. Yeah, California has had a graduated driver's license program, a provisional driver's license program for a lot of years. It gets kids who hit age 15 and a half, it eases them into driving. They have to have instruction, they have to have behind the wheel experience. There are limitations on their ability to drive alone at night and with others in the car. And the data has now come clear that these younger drivers become much safer drivers than kids who just avoid the graduated driver's license and wait till they're 18 and become driving without any sort of prep. And there's an awful lot of kids that do that. You see 30% of kids get their driver's license at age 16. There's a huge drop-off in 17-year-olds even seeking licenses. And then 27% of new licenses are kids who are 18 who've missed the training.
And you think that a lot of these people, a lot of these kids are missing the training on purpose? So they're just delaying until they're 18 and when they don't have to go through the training with the restrictions?
Yeah, the state of the law now is if you just wait until you're 18, you don't have to go through any of the training stuff to get your license. So if they just sit on their hands and don't pursue a license, come 18, they're going to be licensed just like their friends who got licensed at a younger age with the benefit of training. But now, 9 years of data shows that the death and accident rate for these kids that don't get the training is up to 50% higher than kids who've gone through the training. So it is a safety issue for those kids.
And you'd extend the training then to age 20?
To 18 and 19-year-olds, correct.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a flip side that people are bringing up. I mean, a lot of people need cars for work, especially if you're out of high school and you're not in college, or maybe you are in college and you have a part-time job. You need a car to get to work. You
bet. Really, that issue is something that we have in the current graduated driver's license. So this bill continues all of those exemptions and includes refinements worked on really with the California Highway Patrol to make sure that they work. So yeah, we don't anticipate this will necessarily be burdensome on young adults who are emancipated, who have a job that they've got to work late at night.
What if they're taking night classes?
And classes, if they've got an academic schedule shows what they're doing, that they're going to be fine.
What about the argument that this can be expensive for teenagers?
There is some expense associated with it, but the fact is, we now know in California that training kids to drive, giving them a chance to get some behind-the-wheel instruction and to not start off with all their buddies in the car, they are much safer. So we know objectively from data that taxpayers pay for, the statewide integrated traffic reporting system, that 18 and 19-year-olds who are driving without training are much more at risk of death and injury. That means you and I are at risk of death and injury if they're on the road with us, or kids that get in the car with them are at risk of death and injury at higher rates. So we don't think the cost is prohibitive.
And I know the insurers, of course, like this bill, but the CHP does too.
CHP, PTAs, Parent Teachers Associations. No, I think, all the folks that do sober grad nights for their kids who are graduating, all of these organizations concerned about the well-being of kids like this approach.
All right. Well, it's a fascinating subject. It'll be interesting to watch the progress of this legislation. Ken Cooley, thanks for coming by and talking about it.
Thank you very much, Steve. Great to be here.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on My Government On Demand, also on YouTube. I'm Steve Swatt. Have a great day.